Hi guys, and welcome back to the Mind Space. Today we're going to be, actually wait, before we even get to that, I apologize first that this video took so long. It had to be re-recorded, re-prepared, and completely set up as I explained, Equinox changed how they wanted to do the organized play season, and it completely changed half of the stuff I wanted to talk about, and made about 5 minutes of my video completely obsolete. So that needed to be redrafted, re-prepared, and then at the same time, last weekend I was away for a tournament for a different TCG, and I just could not put everything together in time. So here we are, I'm recording now, and let's have some fun with it. So today I want to actually cover, as I said, the organized play, the Adventure Pass. What is the Adventure Pass? Well, people have played games and they'll have battle passes to try to convince you to play them on, and there'll be a free version with some mediocre rewards, and then there'll be a paid-for version, premium, where you pay, get some better skins, better things. All in all, it's considered by most to be generally a shady practice. So covering this, I feel, and giving it the attention it deserves is something I wanted to do. So the altered Adventure Pass is relatively similar, except there is no premium track. You don't have to pay for it either. It's just something to reward you for playing the game and supporting Altered in general. So how does it work? Well, it will start on launch day, which is creeping up on us. It is in fact September 13th, which is only a few days away, and runs until the day before the next expansion releases, which, as of current information, is only early Q1 2025, with the final date to be announced. Actually, now while I'm recording, I think we can consider this a general overview of organized play for Season 1 of Altered, and not just the Adventure Pass specifically. We'll cover everything here, as it's all neatly bundled up in an article that I can explain as we go. So first things first, each store will only be able to run an expedition, which is needed for the Adventure Pass, once per week. So you will be able to go to multiple stores, but each store can only run once per week. I'd also like to keep in mind that everything I'm mentioning in this video is only for Season 1. I will do a separate video when Season 2 is announced, and so on and so on and so on. The rewards that we have for this season is only for Season 1. So let's start with the promo boosters, which I will also put the table for on screen in a moment. They are special boosters. They only have 3 cards in them, and those slots for the 3 cards are already specified, and we have this table that I've just put up on screen. So let's take a look at everything first. So we'll take a look at the first slot of the booster. This booster you get for participating in an expedition each week with a store, and if you go to multiple stores, you'll get multiple boosters. In theory, one per go, but ultimately that's up to the store in the end. So slot 1 is always going to be a foiler. As you can see, that a common foiler is 56% of the time, a rare is 33% of the time, and a unique foiler will be in there 11% of the time. So yeah, you'll always get a foiler in one of these packs, and yeah, I'm pretty good with foilers. I'm happy to say that my entire common set is foiled, at least for now, and I'm looking forward to getting a bit more from my rares and uniques. Slot 2 is the exclusive token. We'll be checking out the unique artworks for those later on in the video. This split a little bit weirdly, I couldn't tell you why, but Buddha is 17% as seen on the table, Brassbug is also 17%, More is 33% at the time, and the Ordis male and female tokens are another 33%. They also have unique artworks, as I said, we'll be checking those out. Yeah, so slot 2 will always be a unique art token. Now on to the more important slot, the third slot. This has all the final missing promos that we didn't yet have covered. So we had a bunch of the 2023 promos that we all know about, then we had the roadshows for 2024, and we were still missing the final hero from each faction. This is where they are now. Of note, these are not alternate artworks, these are just full art, no text versions of heroes that we currently have, and they will need to be foiled by yourself with a common foiler if you want them to be foiled. But to make it short and sweet, you will get 60% of the time a exclusive promo, and 40% of the time a unique. That's right, 40% of the time slot 3 will be a unique, 60% of the time a exclusive promo, which is then split 10% for each faction's hero. On screen, I will also put up the cards in question, all 6 of them, just to show them off real briefly before we move on to showing off the alternate art tokens. So I will give pause and let that happen for a moment. And shifting on to the alternate artwork tokens. These are completely different to the ones that we have. I'm personally a fan of the Buddha token. It is just fire pupper. I'm sorry I called it that. It looks great. It's definitely my favorite of the 4, and I will leave them up briefly again to just let you have a quick look. I will also post the link to the article involved in the description below. And moving on to the Adventure Pass, as mentioned. It is free. It is simply designed for you to just be rewarded for participation, and you will get rewards as soon as your first game. That's how fast it's going to go. So, you can play with any hero, any faction, any deck. That's not a problem. But you can only pick one faction per season to get rewards from. So keep that in mind. You get to choose only one faction, but you can play any deck you want to go up through that faction's ranking. So, on screen is the table, and the badges are the badges you can get for playing. They'll be displayable on your profile. They've mentioned that you will have alternate ways to display them on your profile in future. I can only assume for now what you'll be able to do is change your profile icon to your badge or something along those lines. The more interesting part is the 15 levels of the Adventure Pass itself. Starting straight off with level 1, you get your bronze badge for participating in your first tournament, which is likely to be on release day. Which is going to lead to a side note that because of some delays with the app and some issues, once you've activated your Adventure Pass and participated in your first tournament with it, you automatically get 2 levels free. So you will be at level 1 and level 2 immediately, which will give you bronze badge and a common foil. The alternate artworks, please keep in mind that they do start by only first giving you the common at level 5, the rare at level 10, and the out of faction rare at level 15. If that's... my bad, that is actually level 5, level 10, and level 14. I was not paying enough attention to that. And as I explain the rules for the alt arts, again, I will also start rotating the alternate artworks for each faction that they have given us right now. In the article, I'll just put them up on the screen. Alternate artworks have the print on demand rule. They are considered exclusive arts and will have restrictions for print on demand, which we'll get more details later this year, but I will assume it's something along the lines of you can print only once per year. It will have a timer on it if you trade it. Basically, a lot of the restrictions we do know about already. Important to note that winning or losing in the event does nothing to your Adventure Pass. Just participating gets you 1 level each time. Being top of the tournament, being the bottom of the tournament, winning, losing has no impact on your Adventure Pass. It is just participation based, and you need to complete the event. Withdrawing earlier will not help you. On top of that, you will only be getting alternate artwork for the chosen faction, so as I've rotated through and showed off which faction they belong to, keep in mind that for Season 1, only one of these artworks are going to be accessible to you, and you have to pick which one. You will not be able to get them all in Season 1, and we don't know what they'll do yet with Season 2. If you want my opinion, personally, I'm a huge fan of the Easmere Reward. Magical Training is already a fantastic looking card, and this alternate artwork is just stunning. It's the last one that I'll put on the rotation, probably when I'm talking about it already. I do like the look of them all, though. Mechanical Training from Axiom looks fantastic. It's It's rare and out of faction version of it. It just looks fantastic. Physical Training looks great. Acapella Training might be one of the best looking cards I've seen in the game. Meditation Training looks fantastic. Teamwork Training definitely looks better than the original, and again, Magical Training sits at the top spot for me at number 1. So that's more or less a quick coverage of the Adventure Pass. Let's keep in mind it's free, it has none of the stigma attachments from other kinds of similar applications of a pass, a battle pass, so to speak. Yeah, you do only get to pick one faction, which makes your artwork a lot rarer than it should be, and therefore more valuable rather than somebody who plays a lot and goes around and collects them all. It will be restricted and limited by its print rulings for being an exclusive art, which increases its rarity even more. And of course, you will have to foil it manually, and foil versions will be worth even more than that. Unfortunately, I don't have a unique for you today. I've not really found one that's caught my eye. I will try to change that for the next video. If you have one that you want to share with me to put in the next video, please don't hesitate to give me a PM or an email through the email link for my account. Otherwise, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.